Hello and welcome to freedomthroughastrology.com, where we're giving you the keys to living a successful life. My name is Donald Patak. I'm the astrologer here at freedomthroughastrology.com. There's my copyright or my contact information, copyrighted standard YouTube copyright. Got to change that. Some quick information, about how I read. I'm using the visible sky, also known as sidereal astrology. So the signs and the constellations that I'm telling you are going to be different than what mainstream astrology tells you. They're using tropical astrology, which fixes the signs to seasons. I use the visible sky. So the signs are going to be different. I also use 13 signs. It's called, missing sign is called the fucus. This is a more ancient form of astrology. Uh, this transit chart that I'm reading is divinely inspired, divinely ordained. The only time I use fate is, yeah, we're all fated to face these transits. Evolutionary astrology teaches that these are lessons. So you're fated to face these lessons. You have freedom of choice as to how you're going to work with it. So these are the lessons that are coming. You've got free will. You've got freedom of choice. And this weekly transit report is for the week of November 6th through 12th. The moon is calm this week, being only in two signs, Leo and Virgo. If you're thinking it should be more, those are two of the four largest constellations in the sky. Virgo is the largest. Mercury is very active this week, opportunities for learning communication. Venus, relationship and creativity, also relaxation and rest, the other R&R. Uranus, your individuality and authenticity. Who are you really? Instead of who the advertisers are telling you to be, peer pressure and all that stuff. Who are you really? Opportunities to learn that this week. And also, last but not least, Pluto, the planet Pluto. I do not call it a dwarf planet. It's bigger than Mercury, has 5 moons, it has an atmosphere that makes it a planet. The kittens are crying. I should check them. Oh, I see what's going on. So Pluto in my planet is a book. All hail Pluto. So let us begin. Hopefully I get this right. Venus in Virgo is trine Pluto in Sagittarius. Trines are easy energies. However you focus on this in a skilled or an unskilled manner will happen and happen fast. Um, Venus in Virgo is about your relationships, creativity, Virgo, the self-discipline. Pluto in Sagittarius is about releasing belief systems that are holding you back. And this transit is about releasing stress by evaluating your beliefs. What do you believe about your relationships, about how creative you are? How are you relaxing? Is this really working for you? What can you change? Look for humor as well in your relationships, particularly if there is no honesty. Is there a relationship present? Are you really a friend? Is that person really your friend? Are you really being a friend? Is trust possible? People who can help you, Pluto people, will look you in the eye. So these are those types of people who can help you. Um, if you're finding yourself caught in a rut, the shadow of Pluto is dogmatism, and Venus can be a drama king or queen. And in Virgo, very negative. If you find yourself in that situation, you're missing the transit and you're making a mess. And trines are easy energy to work with. However you choose to focus will happen fast. Moon in Leo, one of the 2 moon signs this week. Opportunities arise to express yourself. Expect to be in the spotlight, and people want to see and hear the authentic you, the real you, not the fake you. They'll know they can fake. They can spot a fake a mile away. Present your authentic self, and you'll feel truly appreciated. If you're playing to the crowd and trying to be superficial, people are going to know and blow you off. So this is an opportunity to present your real self and speak up, learn how to speak up for yourself and be your authentic self. That starts on Monday and goes through late Wednesday. Mercury in Libra in a trine to Pisces. This is a quick transit, only a couple days, starts on Monday and goes through Wednesday. Be prepared to receive a new way of inspiration. Mercury, learning communication in Libra, being open-minded. Neptune in Pisces is about receiving spiritual information, about being spiritually open and being inspired. So an opportunity to be open-minded about inspiration is available to you. You may know things before they happen. You may get that gut feeling or that hunch. Pay attention to it. Also pay attention to mystical people. This is a way for you to learn to get in touch with your higher self, your spiritual self. If you believe in these things, this is that opportunity. Trying to force this or trying to escape it wrong is just going to create further problems. If something and trying to force it, if you're trying to best way to say this, pay attention to what's going around you. If you hear something once, fine. Once is once. If you hear the same thing twice or three times during these couple of days, hey, that's pay attention. That's more than a coincidence. That's a message. So pay attention, be open to that. You may think about how you normally receive inspiration. It may be in different matters. If you're trying to force a situation to happen or force inspiration, you're getting caught in a maze in your head, and it's just going to lead to, it's a path to disaster. Okay. Mercury in a Libra and a sextile to Pluto and Sagittarius. Joys, Pluto, Mercury in Libra, like I said, being open-minded. Pluto and Sagittarius is about leaving belief systems behind that no longer suit you. So be open-minded about your deep truths, your own deep truths. And this starts on the 8th and goes till the 9th. This is another quick transit. Time for speak or listen to difficult truths, especially that listening part. You may hear some difficult truths. To be very clear too, expect these truths to pop up randomly. Mercury energy can be a little random, but you'll hear something you may hear something that cuts you or affects your beliefs. Be open to that, listen to it, weigh it. If it's true, accept it. Pluto's there to help you make that transition. The truth can make you free, but first it will make you miserable. And Stephen Forrest says that a lot in the classes when he's talking about truth. This is the time when that may happen. So be advised. People that can help you are real people. The ones, again, Pluto, they can look you in that eye. Excuse me. Be careful trying to blind yourself. Self-sabotage hurts you first. Also, watch what you say to others. Words do unseen damage. I've read the Bible cover to cover many times. It describes the tongue as a sword. You can do great healing with it, like a scalpel in a doctor's hands, and you can do serious injury like a sword in a Roman soldier's hands or a sword in a soldier's hands. How are you going to use it? The ideal here is using your words to do deep healing, information for deep healing. And late on the 8th, Moon enters Virgo. Let's see. Time of self-evaluation and taking action to improve yourself. Virgo is the sign of self-discipline, one of the signs of self-discipline. It's one of my 2 GSD signs. Get stuff done. Expect situation to arise where you need to be responsible. These Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Emotionally, you're ready to do the work. You're able to accept this responsibility. These are areas of growth. If you fall into worry and overwhelmed and becoming highly critical, stand back, take a breath. Ask yourself why. Change your path. Mercury in Libra in a square to Saturn in Aquarius. Yay. A little bit longer transit here. Enters on the 9th, exact on the 10th, goes to the 11th, and leaves on the 11th. Mercury in Libra, being open-minded. Saturn in Aquarius, the great work of being your individual and authentic self. Squares are challenges. So this is the work of of learning who you really are. Be open to self-discipline in the path to becoming yourself. So yeah, you're gonna have to put some work in here. That's good. Know that the only way to move forward is sustained self-discipline. There are no quick fixes. You're not gonna go to McDonald's or Walmart or whatever and find a quick solution here for a snack. You need something more sustaining. Do the work of learning that leads to power of knowledge, and using information responsibly is good here too. Expect situations where you may need more information. It's a sign of where you need to grow. So becoming yourself, doing the work of becoming yourself. What more do you need to learn? This is what's coming up. And be careful of being hesitant. He who hesitates loses all. In this situation, you're losing yourself, your real self. And refusing to learn is closing the door on your future. Mars in Libra in opposition to your Uranus in Aries, and Uranus is retrograde. Authenticity, individuality is a big theme this week. This is on the 10th, 11th, and leaves on the 13th. Having the courage to be open and minded about your individuality. Mars is having the courage to be open minded. Uranus in Aries. Uranus is the planet of individuality and authenticity. It is the co-ruler with Saturn of Aquarius, but here it is in Aries. And Aries is about having courage. So this is having the courage to become your authentic self. This is retrograde, so the work is internal. So this is more reflecting. Who am I really? So having the courage to be open and minded about your individuality, examine who you are, why. Balance this. And I think I'm this. Well, let's test it. What about this? You're going to get that. That's going to be coming out on these days. Dig into your motives and be brave enough to change to a more authentic self inside. All change starts on the inside before going outside. Expect situations to arise where your authentic self is challenged. It's going to be challenged. You may have to show it a little bit. With Mars in Libra, it's courage to be open-minded. So it's there. Be careful here. Explosive anger or cowardice is hiding behind, be careful of explosive anger or cowardice, or hiding behind the veil of appropriateness. Aries can get really angry. Libra can put up that mask of appropriateness and try to say the right thing, or taking impulsive action. Those are all roads to the path of disaster. Looking before you leap is good advice. But remember, because this is Uranus's retrograde, this is a reflection time. So having the courage to reflect on the information you're receiving and who are you really? Oh, it's going to be an interesting time. And here we go. Our only sign change for the week. Mercury had a quick transit through Libra. It's going to have an even quicker one through through Scorpio. The planet of learning communication is entering the sign of depth and intensity. Be open to delving deeper into the topics that interest you. Also open to honest communication and information. We're going to hear some hard truths. Be open to it. Listen. Ask questions, get clarification, always good. Be careful. Again, words and information can leave deep wounds behind, especially when a person's not ready for them. Wisdom is knowing what to say and when. Words can hurt, and Mercury in Scorpio, yeah. So be careful. If you're hurting people with your words, you're on the wrong path. It enters on the 11th through the 12th. Sun in Libra in opposition to Uranus and Aries. Again, that authenticity thing with Uranus. Big theme this week. Enters on the 12th and exact on the 13th. So this is Sunday and it leaves next week. This is a longer transit. A spotlight on the question, who are you really? Be prepared to face your individuality or become alienated to your authentic self. So again, Uranus is retrograde, having the courage to examine yourself, examine who you are. The sun is still in Libra at this point, so it's about being open-minded, evaluating, make sure you're not getting lost in who people say you're supposed to be. Failing this, you can become rebel without a cause, or rebel worse, rebel without a clue. Acting up and acting out and being a spectacle and looking like someone you're not is a failed choice. And being fake doesn't please anybody, especially yourself. Should have drew that triangle in there to show it being a balance. Being pulled in with an opposition. If you're playing a tug of war here, if you feel a tug of war being pulled two different directions at the same time, you're on the wrong path. The aim of an opposition is a balance. It's balancing the two things. Authenticity, taking the information and weighing it. More information, take it back. Is this authentic to me? So this is a balance. Think of the Mobius strip as another way of doing that. And the last one, this is a long transit, surprisingly. This starts this on Sunday and just goes into next week. Mercury in a rare sextile to Venus. Mercury in Scorpio, about learning the deep truths, deep information. Venus in Virgo, again, we talked about that. Venus, relationships, creativity, rest and relaxation. In Virgo is a bit of a perfectionist, but it's also doing the work and holding yourself up. It's time to be excited about developing deep relationships or deeply exploring your creativity. I always say that Virgo is one of the GSD signs, getting stuff done. It's an opportunity to learn about how to communicate with others, what to say and when. Communication involves learning and listening. Also knowing when to talk and when to listen is important as well. Pay attention to people. They can be your greatest teachers, those who are good at relating to others. Be careful of talking at others rather than to them. If you're talking to someone and they're looking away from you and not paying attention, lost. Mindless chit chat or overstating the obvious is also a waste of your time and everybody else's. Also, telling people what they want to hear than rather what they need to hear is dangerous as well. But here's the caveat: be careful what you say and how you're saying it. Words can hurt; they can heal. So be careful with that. And that's our week in a nutshell. And here's a shot of the transit graph. As you can see, things are spread out evenly through the week. It picks up over the weekend. So the most intense energies are through the weekend. Just want to do something really quick here that I forgot to do. Pull this up. So yes, our energies are spaced evenly throughout the week. Things do pick up, get more intense over the weekend. And some of this carries into next week. 1 second. Forgot to open this up. So if you found that recording helpful and you're interested in the services that I have to offer, if you go to freedomthroughastrology.com, if on the website you see subscribe button, click on that. That takes you to the newsletter sign up. You get an email from me once a week. Where I give a summary of the major events of the week, a little astrological insight, exclusive subscriber only discounts and offers, and information on live appearances and events. I am updating this site, so if you go on, you see things looking a little bit different. That's what's happening. If you decide you want me to do a reading for you, I do live one-to-ones via Zoom. I do birth charts, karmic or past life readings, which are lessons you came here to learn and heal, and the infamous transit readings, where they're what's happening in the sky, what are the planets doing, whatever in the sky, and how they affecting you personally. I can do a month. I like to do new moon to new moon for those. I do 3-month readings, and I can do a year reading or longer. In these, I'm looking at the major themes and explaining the major themes that are happening in your life, and so you know how to work with them. Say our one-to-ones don't work and it's hard for you to get the full time in. If you click on services, everything I offer live one-to-one, I can also do as a recording. And then you receive the Zoom recording, and then I send you a coupon code for a follow-up, a short follow-up that so that you can ask questions or seek clarification. So I'd like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to read this transit chart for you, finding your freedom through astrology using 13 ancient signs and astrology by the visible sky. Thank you very much. Have yourself a wonderful week.